Hi, my name is Felice, and I'm the Happy Star Wars Guy. And today we're going to talk about Darth Vader, Volume 1 of The Dark Lord of the Sith. Volume 1 of The Dark Lord of the Sith covers Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, comic book 1 through 12. 1 through 12 covers a storyline that takes place after the Revenge of the Sith. Directly after the Revenge of the Sith, the comic book opens with what happens after Darth Vader rises from being manipulated and taken care of by the Emperor with all the robots to give him new legs and arms and create what we know as Darth Vader. Once Darth Vader rises, Darth Vader is given the task to create a lightsaber for a Sith. And in order to create a lightsaber from a Sith, Darth Vader is instructed to take a lightsaber from a Jedi, kill him, and then, or kill them rather, and then take the Kyber crystal and make it bleed to create the iconic Sith red lightsaber. So, Darth Vader seeks out a Jedi. Emperor Palpatine drops him off on a planet, and that's it. So Darth Vader not only has to get the Kyber crystal, but also has to acquire a ship and make it out alive. So the comic book series follows this journey of Darth Vader going through finding a Jedi that is still alive, that went into exile, and Darth Vader was very specific. He looked for Jedis who left the Jedi Order and decided to take an oath, and he finds a particular Jedi, he annihilates the Jedi, he gets the Kyber crystal, he goes back, and he gets a ship, of course, he flies away, and tries to take care of the Kyber crystal on Mustafar. He can't crack it. He comes back, he sees Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine is upset, and Darth Vader uses his rage and eventually makes the Kyber crystal bleed to create Darth Vader's iconic red lightsaber. Then, in this series, Darth Vader is introduced to the Inquisitors, and he is introduced to the Inquisitor, the main Inquisitor, which is also introduced in the Star Wars cartoon series, The Rebels. The main Inquisitor is shown to us in Rebels, in the comic book, and in the comic book, the group is given to Darth Vader to lead and train and to make stronger. And in this series, in this volume, Darth Vader takes the Inquisitors on a journey to find the children who have been identified as Force users. In doing so, they realize Jocasta knew, who is the librarian in Clone Wars. If you have forgotten, Jocasta Nu is a librarian in Clone Wars, and she is still alive. She is in hiding, and eventually Darth Vader comes out and destroys her and is able to find out nothing. Unfortunately, the Emperor is upset with this. However, it leads into the next volume, which is where Darth Vader is going to find the children who are Force sensitive. And in volume 2, we get to see the storyline and the story arc of that. So it's really cool. If you haven't checked out the comic books, I've given you an overview of the synopsis. And it is quite enjoyable to read. It's quite enjoyable to see the art and the graphics. So if you haven't checked it out, I'm going to provide a link so you can. If you have Amazon Prime Unlimited, you can read it for free because of your subscription. If you don't have Amazon Unlimited, you can purchase it at a pretty reasonable cost. I typically wait until comic books have a full volume before I purchase, and then I read them. That way I can get the whole story arc, and I don't have to wait month after month after month to read it. I get to read it all in one chop and get to get the full story. So I don't know how you like to read comics. If you like to go month to month, you can do that as well. I personally like to do the volumes. I find it much more convenient, and it just fills up the time much more enjoyably. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Happy Star Wars Guy. Please like and subscribe if you're a new viewer. If you aren't, go ahead and feel free to, well, even if you are or aren't, go ahead and feel free to comment. I hope you liked what you learned. I hope I didn't spoil too much. There's a lot more in depth in this storyline, so check it out. And I will also put a link. I have an Instagram page, which is Happy Star Wars, and I share my collection with you and point out some interesting things. So I hope you like that as well. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day. Bye.